You all have had quite the experiences, to put it lightly, in the last session. Dang, I kind of forget how the session started, but eventually you all made yourselves to the Calman Museum of Art and History. And yeah, you all learned a little bit about some figures of the past. You got to bond a little bit with Illustrious. You all bickered with little Baccharis, who is enjoying the history of his ancient ancestor, who was a knight of Solamnia, with the governor, right? Governor Miet. They were kind of being snobby and mean to Melvin and Willow. Yeah, you guys saw Raven a few times. Oh yeah, and then of course before the museum, you guys returned to Tina. You found your house, right? You found your house. You saw Misko again, who gave a nice little performance singing to mostly like orphans and stuff. He helped you clean up your new house, and Mayor Raven kind of helped out a little bit too. You all have your Courage the Cowardly Dog kind of in the middle of like a bunch of duplexes and little medieval, apartments is kind of what I think of. You got your little house and plot of land in the midst of all that. It's a fixer-upper, but you guys are already making it home. And then yeah, after that, we had a nice moment where all the stuff you guys have gathered for Bill Bricks, Abby's inventor dad, was to create the first steampunk wheelchair in this world. And that was for our friend Waywin, who was unfortunately injured by Consaldi's dragon fire, leg broken during the attack on Bogler. But now he can roll around and fish with a really cool chair. And I told Abby this, but basically Waywin's gonna want to, and maybe I'll do this in the downtime stuff, but Waywin's gonna want to help you all how he can. So now basically any fish you guys might want, or like river life that you might want, whether it be for, I don't know, potions or just food and cooking, Waywin will work to get those things for you all. And I might add some other little random things that he might be able to fish up from the river. So yeah, there's a purpose for that, and a reward, hopefully. But yeah, you guys make your way through the museum, everything's dandy, learning some history, having fun, maybe a little bored, just exploring a nice museum, right? Seeing all kinds of cool artwork until Illustrious decides to take you all down to a special collection down in the basement of the museum. And remember, the museum itself used to be a giant flying, almost like, for lack of a better word, fortress, right? A fortress that the Istarian Empire would fly around and just apparently just blast the crap out of things, do anti-magic, and, even be able to fight dragons and cities. But yeah, this one was taken down by a hero of old, Western Kern, and now it's become a museum. So technically it's a ruin, right? Technically it's a ruin. Anyways, you guys go to the basement. I say all that because you go to the basement where there's the gem that used to power the levitation of this entire fortress. There's this giant gem at the basement in the wall. Somehow it was able to help lift the entire fortress in days of the past. And yeah, you all see some disturbing paintings from a mysterious painter called the Mad Ringleader. And this exhibit was already inside the fortress, inside the museum, before it became a museum. So very eerie, very weird. Some of you were kind of thinking it was creepy, except for Sneak, I think, who really enjoyed the aesthetics. And then Melvin, you notice purple energy blasting out of one of the paintings, and boom, a hand grabs our friend Illustrious, takes him into seemingly another dimension, but takes him inside the painting, and you all follow. You all jump in, and I'm guessing with the intention of helping Illustrious out. And you find yourselves in this weird, misty, painted world, is what I call it, a painted world, where everything kind of looks a little blurry, a little distorted, but also kind of impressionistic maybe. The trees look like these swirls, and everything looks kind of blurry and like it's fading in and out. And yeah, there's these weird orbs flying around, these weird light orbs flying around with different voices and different peoples talking out of them, until you all make it to a very disturbing, musician. I'm not too sure what to call him. Musician with a sack on their head. Let me, as a reminder, this was them. They were playing nope, that's not them. This was them. They were playing the accordion, and it's kind of the music I have in the background now. And yeah, basically they're doing creepy laughs and saying like they're treating you as if you all are performers ready to perform for the audience in the tent. They play a little jingle, and the tents around you all start materializing all kinds of items associated with a circus, and they just say, whenever you're ready, the show will begin. And yeah, that's where we left off. Any questions on that? If not, the show is yours. What do you all do? You're in this space right now.
So I know that you texted us about this, but I don't know
Hmm.
if our characters can see it. The group of things that we have to choose from, is that laid out in front of us, or would that be possibly when we get inside?
Nope, so it's all like if you're all on roll 20, it's basically in the random tents now that were empty at first. And yeah, I mean, your imagination, the limit is only your imagination. Basically, as long as it makes sense for a circus and you can convince me, that item is there. And just as a reminder, all your weapons right now look like weird sketched, drawn versions of your weapons. And yes, these items that you find, I don't know, be it juggling balls or unicycles or whatever, they have this weird kind of aha, take on me music video, little scribbly movie movement vibes about them. I'm guessing everyone knows what I mean when I say aha, take on me music video, hopefully. Okay. If not, then I can take you down a trip to memory lane if needed.
So, if we remember, Melvin actually fainted at the very last bit of the campaign.
Right. Yep.
So, Melodia is gonna stand up. He's gonna kind of twitch, 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 and now it's Melodia standing up.
Wow, okay. When Melodia appears, is there normally like some kind of like there's like some kind of sparkles or something when they transform, normally some kind of like glitter, right?
Yeah,
Something kind of showy.
lots of glitter.
It's even more showy. It's even more showy than it normally is when they come out, and like some of that like sparkles and glitters that are actually kind of like floating around now in the space, almost like fireflies. And it's taking a while for it to kind of dissipate away from Melodia as the energy here seems particularly strong. The magical energy.
He stands up and she's like, "Ooh, I feel good. I feel ready. Are y'all ready? I'm ready. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready."
Welcome back. Maybe try not to murder people we have, kind of taken capture this time. Although we might need you to murder people. Just checking in on that.
Lyx kind of shuffles away to the tents right away and is searching for stuff.
May I also search for? I really do want to try and find a banjo. Can I do like an investigation check?
You know what? That's fair. Go ahead. Do an investigation check for the banjo. Okay, the dice have spoketh. You find a banjo.
Oh,
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, yeah, you just kind of find it and like as you go and get this banjo, like one of the orbs that's like near the tent, you kind of hear like briefly like an echoey voice say, "Ooh, play that who diddy again for me. Why don't you?" You just hear kind of like a quick little voice kind of come out, and then it disappears and turns into other voices and other murmurs and excitement about the circus. You have a banjo, and and it looks actually with this one, I think you pick the art style. It looks like whatever art style you want it to look like.
it looks like a cubist work.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
like very blocky. It has the
Mm.
suggestion of a bando, but when you strum it, well, it's got that kind of twang. Doop, doop,
Oh
doop.
yeah, awesome. I love that. So yeah, you got your little cubist little, all your little squares and rectangles and quadrilaterals making this beautiful, beautiful banjo. You gotta kind of like squint at it, or maybe even from afar, it's like, oh yeah, that's a banjo. And as you get closer, you're like, whoa, what the hell? Cool. So you got cubist banjo for now.
I think seeing everybody going to tents, Willow's going to go to a different tent so we don't find the same thing at the same time, and try to look for anything that looks mildly weapon-like. That's really all she knows, and hopefully finds like a whip or something with a little range.
Yeah, you find a whip and you do find circus gear near it, kind of like I'm thinking of kind of like a ringleader gear next to it. Totally optional, but I feel like those items would be near one another like that. Oh, that's cool. Errol sent a really cool image in the chat. I'll briefly take over the share. Colton. So that's what Errol's kind of, or Melvin's kind of, or Melodia, Jesus Christ, is envisioning there. Looks really cool. Yeah, so there's weird circus leader kind of outfit near this whip, and the whip and whatever, all that can look like how you want it to, in whatever style.
I don't think she's going to put it on, but just in case it might come in handy, she's going to pocket the circus leader stuff. So
Okay.
she'll have it, it's not on her yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and Lyx,
Melodia's gonna be
oh,
like,
go ahead.
"You should totally wear that."
I mean, I'm not much of a leader. Do you want to wear it?
I think I'll lay down some heavy support tunes. I think you should Crack the whip, as it were, Queen.
Knowing that this is a futile attempt to argue, she is going to go ahead and begrudgingly put on, I guess there's probably some sort of coat or something, and not quite put on a hat or anything yet, but just halfway.
I don't know if Sneak really has any idea of what kind of circus thing he
It can be
wants.
it can be any talent or skill. So maybe to help you, Lyx, for example, is actually, she comes out with a magician's hat. And I imagine her actually having this fake mustache that she comes out with now. And Lyx is just ready. She's got like a fake bunny. She's got some fake flowers, and she's going to try and do some magic tricks using her own magic. So that's what Lyx was thinking of doing. And that's that you all see that. You all see Lyx grab this stuff and kind of just rolling with the weird punches of your guys' existence.
Melodia sort of looks at this like sack clown thing and says, "Oh, so he thinks he can paint face. I got you. Sneak, come here."
Swingley, what's up?
She's gonna pull out the disguise kit and
Ooh.
spend 5 minutes giving Sneak clown makeup.
Sneak, are you
Thanks.
down? Are you going to accept that?
Sneak is not really a fan of clowns, puppeteers, stage magicians. Really, most performers. He only really loves Melodia and Melvin, and like that's his favorite artist. Like so like I don't. He feels very uncomfortable, but I think he'll accept it. He'll accept it.
Melodia, if you want to do an insight check, you can. You can
He also
insight check
doesn't like
Sneak.
mimes.
No mimes at the moment. Melodia, you don't notice anything with Sneak. You're ready to slap some makeup on.
I'll do it. I'll accept it.
Hell yeah. Okay. So Sneak, on top of your, I guess, your mask, your tattoos, your fucking bloody shirt with the rose, over armor, you now got clown makeup on. You're just like, why the fuck not? Let's add another layer to Sneak. Cool. Yep. So Willow and Lyx are getting ready to roll. Anything else you guys are looking for out here before? Or yeah, you guys can do anything. I don't want to control anything. You guys can do absolutely anything.
Without passing through them, now knowing that they make like they're almost like souls or something, they like make a noise and like there's a conversation happening, Willow's just gonna walk past like one or two of them, see if there's any interesting context that she just happens to catch as she's walking by, again not touching them.
Yeah, do a perception check.
Okay.
And I guess now that I kind of think of it, is there any other protected added armor that I could maybe find lying around?
Do an investigation check, Steve. Yeah, so with that perception check, I mean, you just hear more of the like families kind of stuff, and they like different voices coming out of the same orbs sometimes and almost bouncing around. Yeah, lots of, I'm so excited for the circus. I can't wait to see what's happening. Oh, yay. You do notice, even with the 7 though, you do notice this kind of alarming sound. Yeah, I can't wait to see the show. And every time that they seem like they're gonna say what this circus is or what the show is, it keeps going to just nothing, just like almost a staticky, distorted sound. So even with the 7, it's very easy to pick that up. And
I got
some
a
people
23. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
that's great. That's great. Okay, Sneak. That is good. So you're looking for armor or some kind of protective stuff.
Just a little added extra armor.
You find this weird outfit that is basically a barrel. It's a big old barrel that you can fit into, and it's going to give you more protection. But this is what the circus has. You could tell that this was used as some kind of like rolling around thing, some kind of weird performance. But you kind of test it, and it's like, it's sturdy. It's sturdy stuff. And
Is
you
it
feel
going to
like,
affect my like sneakiness? Is it going to affect my...
not really, because you can go into the barrel. If anything, it would improve your sneakiness.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, you can. So yeah, it's almost like a turtle shell, but it's a weird barrel outfit. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
And while you wear it, Sneak, you can get +1 to your AC.
Okay.
So whatever your AC is, just add 1. This is temporary though, right? This is all in this fake world. Okay. Yeah, keep going, guys. Keep going. I'm at your mercy.
Well, if everybody's kind of done trying to look around, maybe we'll all meet back up towards the front and go, we heading in? We doing this? Have we heard anything? Sorry, back to me. Have we heard anything like illustrious yelling or anything? Or is it still just like the random noises as we pass by, maybe some carnival music?
I'll let others do perception checks if they want. If you ask that, if you say that to your friends.
Sure, I'll vocalize like, hey, do we think that he's in there? Does anybody hear anything?
No idea.
Melodia's still touching up her makeup.
Yeah, nothing's heard. Just the weird whispers of the orbs kind of going around. And yeah, I don't know. How are your characters feeling? It seems like Melodia, from what I can tell, is excited of this weird opportunity. But you all right now are in this odd space, kind of like floating in the middle of pure, like, purple. The background's purple and it looks endless. You know, it looks like endless abyss going up, below. So it's almost like you're on a small floating island, if that makes sense. Like everything here is like a small floating island in this purple abyss. So I might have not described that too well last session. So yeah, you guys are basically floating somewhere. Yeah, and the strange clown accordion guy's playing a new song, as you guys can hear, and just seems to be vibing, not really trying to get anyone's attention.
Well, seeing that none of us perceived anything, we all ready to go in?
Let me roll for a little Lyx, actually.
Please.
Oh my God, a 2. Hell yeah. Yeah, Lyx is you can hear her kind of murmuring to herself, like trying to do like weird card stuff. It doesn't look great, but it looks like she's gonna do something.
The painted aspect has dampened all of our perception, apparently.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's all distorted and just odd, just off. Cool. So you guys want to go in now? Okay. So yeah, so the sackhead, I guess that's what we'll call him for now, says, how exciting! Best of luck to you all. And he just starts playing this song, and kind of like a little bit of gust starts to come out of him and out of the instruments as this light wall over here slowly starts to fade away, and it's gone. And it looks like a clear, very long, dark entryway into the tent, kind of a long little passage there. And that's it.
So one more thing before we head in. It looks like there's a bunch of like trees and stuff around.
Yeah.
And Willow go up to one of them and just like, not trying to knock it down or anything, but just try to like hit her painted axe into it, see if it still seems to work similarly.
Sure. Roll to hit. I'll say add advantage because it's a tree. It's not gonna try to dodge you. Or at least, okay. Yeah, that hits and it kind of stabs into it, and almost like literally as if you are putting a brush into paint, your axe just goes in and almost like leaves this weird brush into paint effect, and you pull it out and like a little bit of like little goop kind of falls out of it. And you can immediately tell this is not, you know, for a moment it felt like you hit a tree, but then it got all super goopy and you're like, okay, this is not a normal tree. And on the inside, it's just dripping, you know, different colors and doesn't look like anything that would be inside a normal tree. No visible
it didn't
bark.
feel like a tree, but it did seem like it cut it in a sense.
You hit it. Yeah, you definitely hit it and you left a mark. So there's like a little V in there now. Little V with like
I'm just
paint.
trying to see what's real and what's not and how real works here. So
yeah, no, you hit it and like now like it's kind of oozing, you know, it's like oozing a little bit of paint, just kind of leaving almost like webs of it.
Okay. She'll just wipe it off on her, I guess, leg or something. And I guess we can head on in if everybody's ready.
So it sounds like we're going to have to like pull out a performance. So Sneak, be ready to do something, I don't know, maybe acrobatic. You're probably like our closest. Swing from the chandeliers.
Or just pop out of a barrel. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be going up against. I have no idea what we're walking into or what she's going to do. I didn't think of the whip as like the ringleader, so we'll see how this goes.
Hey, this kind of fits into the Willow persona. I feel like you're in the leadership without wanting to be. Other people are like, hey, we look up to you. You're in charge. So you don't have to though, obviously. You guys can do whatever you want. So yeah, you all are walking in to the circus tent. You all see this long, dimly lit entryway. There's kind of like small torches along the sides of this long tented walkway. You know, you guys kind of see these weird orbs passing by you again, just being excited for the performance to come. And these orbs, I haven't mentioned, like they're different colors, some of them. Like some of them are like kind of this warm yellowy white, others are more like a cool like bluey white, some are more orangey, some are more almost toward red. So they're actually kind of different colors, more of that like whitish, yellowish, orangish kind of hue for the most part. Some of them are like light blue, sky blue, that maybe with white in it, that kind of vibe. But yeah, as I've mentioned, all your weapons look like the Aha Take On Me music video, these scribbled versions of themselves, of your classic weapons. They're constantly shifting into various scribbled shapes. Yeah, the further you all walk in, the more glowy distorted and painted things start to become. Everything starts to become more and more like abstract and more like this is another dimension, another world. And even you all start, when you're seeing each other, you see hints of each other kind of looking more and more like blurry painted versions of yourselves as you're walking in further and further. So yeah, I don't know if you guys react to that, but basically Lyx, I imagine Lyx is seemingly excited for this, and she's starting to look like this little, little black top hat magician, and slowly becoming more and more like this, as if she has brush strokes that are on her, different parts of her that are making her, and she is looking weird. Yeah, and then this weird distortion, this weird painted distortion maybe keeps kind of shifting in and out on all of you as the surroundings become more and more glowy. I imagine kind of this glowy vibe about it. But yeah, suddenly you all kind of hear a crowd. You hear a crowd, the murmurs of a crowd waiting, a crowd talking to one another, a crowd getting louder and louder as you guys step closer and closer to this light that you finally see at the end of this entryway. The crowd gets louder and louder until you all also hear, can you hear this? You start to hear organ music. Can you hear it? Is it quiet? There you go. I'll turn it up a little. Start to hear organ music, and it gets louder and louder as you all walk closer and closer to it.
I think Sneak would probably actually be like in his barrel and he'd be rolling like to the location.
That's fucking awesome. Okay. Fuck. I guess I'll let you choose. Acrobatics? I think? Or some kind of dexterity thing. So maybe you ask like one of your friends to kick you to get the roll going, maybe?
Willow's like kicking me in the right direction. Yeah.
Until it's like a really good hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll for it. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. And do it at advantage because Willow's helping you.
Alright, acrobatics.
I fucking love this.
15, I'll do one more just in case.
Hell yeah. How does this look, Sneak? How does this look?
I think I just I think I'm like, just Willow kick me, and I just like pop in and flop over. And then I start kind of rolling, and then she's just like kind of just lead me in. I was like, everything's getting weirder. It's like I see through my little circle, like all the things get weirder, but yeah, that's about it.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you're spinning and spinning, and I feel like eventually like she kicks you hard enough that you gotta get ahead of everybody. And like Lyx actually has to kind of like dodge out of the way because she was kind of leading the way. As Sneak, you go rolling first into the crowd as the crowd gets louder and louder. You're just kind of seeing all kinds of bullshit right from your angle. You can barely tell what the hell's going on. It's just a spinning world of
probably just straight up laughing, just like hilariously uproarish laughing.
Yeah, yeah. And Sneak, actually, since you jumped ahead with this, you do hear a "Whoa! Surprise, folks! It looks like we have Sneak!" And you're like, you actually hear a crowd. Let me see if I got it. A crowd start to clap. And they're excited as you join in, rolling in like an absolute legend. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna get out of the bucket and I'm gonna like throw up a little bit because it's kind of made me a little sick. And then
you know what? There's some like oohs and ew sounds, but there's also a lot of like people start laughing and they love that. Laughing at you, Sneak. You guys can hear those sound effects too? Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, Sneak rushed in. The music kept going and going, and the crowd is kind of laughing. And I imagine like Lyx kind of walks in and does like a little bow. Maybe she does a couple of gusts, like secret gusts, to throw some flowers around and make herself look really special. And the crowd's kind of like, whoa, as some kind of voice is saying, and it looks like we have Lyx Sandbottom! More cheering for that. And yeah, in this voice, I haven't described it. It's kind of there's a weird whisperiness to it, but it's loud. It's still echoing across this whole thing, as if it's on a microphone, as if it's on some kind of amplification thing. Microphones obviously don't exist in this world or in Kryn. There's something very unsettling about this, and I'm gonna say, Sneak, you don't notice it yet because you were rolling around like a maniac, but everyone else, including Lyx, but I think Lyx is maybe lost in the moment, but Willow and Melvin, this voice sounds like it's echoing in the tent, but it's actually echoing straight in your heads. It's like it's talking right into your heads. It's as if there's a voice in your head that's saying this. That's saying, "Sneak the leg! Lyx Sandbottom!" And it's just coming into your heads. The audience sounds like they're separate, but this voice is going directly, almost as if telekinetically. Go ahead, Melodia.
Melodia will sort of hold the banjo and do a curtsy to the crowd.
Yeah, and then as you enter, you hear, and it looks like we have Melvin Zalafi. Oh, wait, no! We have instead the wonderful and mysterious Melodia. And even though Melodia is living in this moment, this is a little odd that someone knows Melodia's name. So that it might be in the back of Melodia's head. Maybe she's probably still playing to the crowd. But in the back, that's just something that I feel like Melodia would be like, what? Willow, you're the last one. How do you enter? Or is there anything else you do, Melodia, actually? Okay.
So as uncomfortable and weirded out as Willow already was, hearing them announce her fellow mates' names freaks her out. And also she's had a little time to process, she's not hearing this, it's in her head. So she's kind of feeling a little crazy and off center, I guess. So she's gonna walk in and try to confidently I guess crack the whip to get attention, but she's also never used a whip before. So should I maybe roll
do a dexterity check. This is gonna be as if you're doing a roll to hit, but this is dexterity. I feel like this is not a strength weapon. You gotta be a little nimble with it. Oh, I'll take it. So yeah, you do a good job. How does it look?
I think she's gonna kind of go big or go home and kind of do it around the head once or twice and then crack it above her head for maximum effect.
Yeah, and the crowd says, "Whoa!" and they clap as you all are finally in the circus tent, which I have put onto Roll20 for you all to see. So you're in this big old red space now. Again, the ground looks very painted and distorted. You guys see the audience members on the sides, right? You see all these glowing orbs everywhere. And yeah, you're basically in a circus ring. So over here, these big rectangles, those are trampolines. These two right there. Here's a ladder, obviously. You got some tight ropes hanging up around on these platforms. And it looks like there's a weird ring kind of dangling really high up, attached to some kind of platforms way up high. This looks like a couple 100 feet up, actually, this ring over here. And then yeah, an odd target that's just kind of looming precariously below this giant ring all the way at the bottom, and also a big old pool of water here. This is just a regular old platform here. This kind of looks like a good spot to maybe perform, or, do something, address the crowd, stuff like that. So you all are in here, and yeah, and the crowd is kind of clapping and clapping and clapping when suddenly this voice comes in again, and you guys now, Sneak, you definitely hear it in your head. Welcome one and all! Oh, and there's this weird whispery, almost gasping into it. It's kind of subtle, but it clicks in every now and then. Welcome all to the... And your head's actually kind of hurt as this staticky noise goes into your heads when it sounds like he's gonna say a name, but it doesn't come out, and it just goes circus, and again applause. I am your host, and again staticky nothingness. Today we have a very special show for you all. As I've introduced, we have our 4, maybe 5 new performers joining us all. Another round of applause for them. And let's do another perception check, actually, as I'm guessing you're trying to see where is speaking. Oh wow, okay. I was like, it's looking like not a perception kind of day. Yeah, Willow, you are in awe by the crowd. I'll roll for Lyx real quick, and so is Lyx. Lyx is in awe by the crowd. But I'll say that Melvin and Sneak, you do notice kind of in a weird corner, almost on a levitated platform above the audience itself. Above the audience, you all see this figure in pure dark. It's got a big dark top hat, kind of this furry bushiness around the shoulders, but it's really hard to tell what this thing exactly looks like. The only thing that really can make any that you guys can draw any kind of conclusions as to what it looks like is this painting itself, the final painting that you all saw. You see this figure on this platform above the audience, except it looks like black fog keeps spewing out of this figure. Black fog endlessly just keeps pouring out, as if this figure is a cloud, as if this figure is some kind of shadow being that just exudes. It's almost like he's a fog machine of darkness, of dark fog. Very hard to see what it is. And next to him on this platform, it looks like there's this beautiful kind of gothic style organ, kind of connecting the dots that maybe they were the ones playing the organ. And Melvin, I saw that you wanted to ask something.
I just wanted to say that Melodia is gonna kind of quickly whisper to the bronze burst, like, stay on your guard. But in that stay on your guard, there is magic laced. Everybody add a D8 with Christian's blessing for bardic inspiration ×3.
Sure. Yeah, so you all have your D8s that can amplify any rolls. And I'll make note of that for Lyx. I'll actually get her a D8 and just put it next to her now so I don't forget. Okay. Yeah, anything else you guys react to? This figure is very far from you all. They're kind of elevated about almost like at a 300 feet, 45-degree angle across from you diagonally, just above the crowd. Crowd is cheering, going crazy. Oh, did we lose someone? We lost Melvin. That's okay, actually, because I was going to suggest we take a 10-minute break while Melvin gets that sorted. Yeah, you all will come back and I guess try and put on a show however best you all can. You've already started. Sneak, that was really good. And actually, Sneak, before I do anything else, Sneak, the crowd was kind of like jumping around these orbs, right? These orbs are not actually people. They're these weird orbs. They're bouncing around. They start changing colors. They start changing like a bunch of different colors and they're laughing and stuff. And Sneak, you now have 10 temporary hit points. Something about the crowd, something about the energy and the spirit of the crowd just gives you enormous joy and strength. And now you have a 10 health hit point shield, right? So you have 10 temporary hit points. So if I were to hit you with something, that blocks those hits, the 10 health of hit, and then you actually get hurt. So Melvin, all you missed was that I forgot to mention that the crowd really loved Sneak's rolling in like Sonic the Hedgehog barrel, and they were bouncing around and they were so joyous, and the actual, almost like the emotions, the positive emotions, their actual energy helped Sneak feel stronger. And now Sneak has 10 hit points of temporary health. But yes, I think we can take a break actually, Melvin. Yeah, and when we get back, you all guess we'll do something. You guys will do something. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you're all gonna do something. Alrighty? So we'll get back at the 33 of your time. Cool. So yeah, the stage is set. Yeah. So the weird dark figure, right? Well, without further ado, let the show begin. And then the dark figure with this top hat and only pure white eyes. You kind of do see a little glimmer of these white eyes that are kind of appearing there. It lifts its cape up and kind of like puts it across itself, a la Dracula or vampire style. And then a bunch of more dark smoke starts to pour out of it from every angle as it seems to become flat. All of a sudden it becomes this 2D figure, and then it seems to zoom into the top of its cape into a point, and it's gone. That figure is totally gone. Suddenly the spotlight shines on all of you. Let's throw you all in here, right? Let's spawn you all into the tent. I got Lyx here. Cool. And yeah, hopefully you guys are able to zoom in if you need to, or make your characters bigger. Hopefully you can see.
I brought my dude in.
Nice. Perfect. I see y'all. I'm able to control Lyx. Perfect. The Lyx is in there with her little magician's hat, and she kind of looks around at you all and she's like, I can go first if you all want, unless anyone else wants to start off the show.
I guess Sneak could probably just be like, maybe over to Melvin, be like, yo, what the hell is going on and who is that guy?
I don't know, but he's gonna make me a star.
Okay, so yeah, as you two are, so actually this is perfect then. You guys can chat if you want, because it looks like Lyx is doing something weird. She casts her little spider crawl and starts to kind of like crawl over the circus arena, and the spotlight is following her. So you guys are in darkness actually, and the spotlight's following her as she kind of like sneaks into the sides of the tent and is actually climbing on it, and the crowd's like, whoa, they're like kind of freaking out, like this is super weird. And then suddenly she says, can I have a volunteer in the audience? A volunteer, any volunteers? And yeah, there's like a little orb that starts kind of like bouncing around, and it's like, oh me, like this little orb. And little Lyx, say that she ends up somewhere over here up at the top right, kind of drops down in front of them, and everyone's like, wow, her little black cape and little black top hat and weird mustache. She has her flowers and she like kind of makes it pop out of nowhere and gives it to this audience member. And then she says, I'm gonna write you a secret message. Are you able to read? What's your name? And the orb is kind of like, John. And she's like, okay, John. And she grabs the emerald pen. We'll say that she asked for it from the bag of holding at some point, and has a little note and writes a message to John, and then shows the audience, and like the spotlight's kind of on her as she's showing the audience audience, and to the audience, and not to you all, but to the audience, it looks like Gribbles. It looks like weird, especially in this world, this weird, abstract, ancient nothing. And she looks at John and is like, "You can read this, right?" And he's like, yeah, it's just a note. And she's like, "Can you read it out loud? What does it say?" And then John says, "Seat number 3 over on my left. They need to check out under their seat." And then the audience looks, and I'm gonna do something for Lyx. Okay. She kind of, you guys notice this as she flimsily does a gust of wind to launch her little fake rabbit under the chair. But it seems like the audience didn't notice it. Most of them didn't, as that audience member, the glowing member, kind of like weirdly levitates this bunny, and everyone's clapping and going, "Yeah!" As Lyx, seemingly distracting the audience with her fake emerald pen note, threw in a little bunny there. The audience thinks it just teleported there. And then she says, she kind of crawls back up on the sides of the wall. She thanks John as a good performer would, and she kind of falls back. Sorry, these orbs are getting in the way of Lyx. She kind of falls back, crawling on along the sides of the tent. She falls back to that platform, and she says, "This is something that'll really knock everyone's socks off." And she does her flame breath as she deactivates her spider climb, does her flame breath, tries to make it look like she kind of ate something, and then boom, spits it out, and is like, the fires are going pretty close to these glowing orb audience members. She does it once, she does it twice again, a different color, and then she does it the third time, and I need you all to do a perception check. Unless you're doing something else, unless you guys are not looking at Lyx. Oh shit, a natural 20. So Lyx does her little thing. Excellent. Melvin, you see something off. You see what happens at the end of all of this, Melvin. But Willow and Sneak, as Lyx does her third flame breath out to the audience, suddenly her flames turn black, pitch black, and green eyes come out of those flames, and they're staring right at Lyx, as especially you, Willow, see the flames almost come back to her like a dragon's mouth, and it eats Lyx, and Lyx is gone. So Melvin, you see Lyx disappear in front of you. You don't really know what happened, but Willow and Sneak, Lyx is completely gone. It seems that she's been consumed by her own flame. She's not here anymore. And the audience is like, wow, and they start cheering because they think she just did like a disappearing act or something, and they're all going crazy. And yeah, they start to change different colors, and they're very happy, and the energy starts to go toward where Lyx would be. You guys see like these weird tiny orbs, this tiny energy balls go toward where Lyx was down here in this platform, and they kind of float around, and they can't find her, it seems, and then they just disperse back into the crowd, into nothing, as it looks like Lyx is completely and utterly gone. Go ahead, Willow.
So I'm only going to ask because I did get a natural 20. Did Lyx look fearful at all, or did it look like maybe that was something that she had planned to do? Maybe I would
with
get
your natural 20, you see like a fear in her face as the flames transform into that and come back at her. You saw the fear clearly. Sneak, you didn't see the fear, but you saw the fucking dragon face in the flames with green eyes come back at her and just consume her, and she's gone. And Melodia, your awareness of the tide, you don't sense the arcane energy of Lyx Sandbottom around you at all anymore.
I think Sneak's gonna pipe up and just be like, "I don't want to perform. I want to get my friend back. I don't know what that just was, but I don't feel like performing. I don't do performances. We just gotta get out of here."
So you're just yelling this out to the crowd?
No, just whoever's next to me. Just those two.
Okay, just your friends hear that. Okay, yeah, I mean, Sneak says that.
Honey, I don't think we've got much of a choice. Whatever this situation is, whatever busted club this is, it seems like that guy over there, he is calling the shots. I do believe the show must go on. If we gotta find out, how are we gonna get a Lyx and a Lastrius?
Oh, you know what? Actually, with that natural 20 as well, Willow, you do kind of hear this echoing like, "Ah, Rod's brothers, are you there?" It's kind of like, it kind of comes in and out. "Help! Help!" And it's Ilastrius's voice. It's kind of like echoing, and only you heard that. Is this again almost like it came just to you in your head?
So I heard that in my head. So there's no directionality to it. It's just
no. I mean, you look around, it may be above you, but you don't see anything.
Okay, and I didn't hear anything from Lyx. I just heard Ilastrius in that.
Yeah, she couldn't really vocalize anything. It was more like a maybe the way she looked, it was like a gasp, but she was spitting fire out, and it just came back at her. But it was like
okay, I'm gonna turn to what remains of our group. Honestly, I hate being forced to do anything. I hate performing more than most anybody I've ever met. But it seems like that's the only way that we get Ilastrius and now Lyx back. So
I disagree.
congratulations.
I disagree. She
What do you
performed
think?
and she went under. If we don't perform, there's no way for us to go under. If they,
But what
like
if we have to get them back because we can't see them? Maybe she's with Illustrious now. That's how we get them back.
yeah, I mean I would say let's just try to take this dude down, but like he just fucking disappears. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Sneak,
don't
you don't with your 20, you look around too for him and you definitely can't see him anywhere.
Can I try to like perceive him?
Sorry, what?
Can I try to like perceive him
I'll
or
just hang
like
on since you guys just did perception. I'll hang on to those rolls. I don't think no one sees him, even with the natural 20.
So I know for certain he's not there since I did
As
not
far
perceive
as
him.
yeah, as far as Willow's abilities, even the maximum of her perceptive abilities now. But you do notice that the crowd is starting to murmur and be like starting to do like kind of grumpy murmurs and like changing colors. Now they're starting to look a little more
what if we just had like
brighter.
one really good performance? I think the only performance person that could actually do a performance would be fucking Melodia, dude.
Probably, but to test your theory, I have an idea that we could try first. Is everybody okay with that?
Melodia nods?
Maybe.
I always do better as the finale anyway.
All right, here goes nothing. Willow's gonna step more towards the center and she's gonna try to lean into this and go, wasn't that spectacular?
And the
Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, we are here to entertain you. Hope you are entertained. We are going to continue. Next up, I have my own little magic trick and I'm going to bamf out Spitfire from the ring.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, that happens. And the crowd, whoa. And I'll play some
And
music as you keep going. Keep doing your thing.
so I'm going to give them a second to kind of just enjoy that. And then I think I'm going to hop on and just kind of trot her around the ring, maybe do some interesting, like maybe military-ish procedures because we've been training together to do that. Not really
Yeah.
a circus thing, but it can be interesting and showy.
Yeah, do an animal handling check.
Please God.
Oh, yeah. So how does it look? So kind of military.
Yeah, it's almost like a single, I guess, not formations, but just like being able to run really quickly and stop and maybe rearing up. Somewhat basic things. It was more the fact that I could bamf her out.
Yeah,
being
yeah, oh,
that
yeah.
we're
That was a big
but
wow.
she's also trained. Like very mildly using the whip more for like pizzazz, because again, she's a war horse. She'd be a little bit more or a little bit less, skittish about stuff like that. Oh, she's huge. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and
And then I think
Spitfire,
for the
it does
ending,
look, Spitfire looks straight up like impressionistic, I imagine. Like they just look like an impressionistic painting. But yeah, keep
oh,
going.
I love that. That's awesome. And then I think I'll hop off and just kind of gently, not with the whip, but kind of like you can kind of lead a horse by like gently tapping it and just try to get her to go through the hoop. And that'll be the end of that.
The crowd is going crazy at you doing this, and they love Spitfire. Spitfire's being very charming and doing the cute little things. And it's a great come down from the crazy magic performance of Lyx to start off the show. And the crowd's energy starts to seep up above you as you see these tiny little energy balls start to go up in the sky above you, or in the tent above you. And then they go and shift toward you and start going to you as if they're hitting you, but it doesn't hurt at all. And you now have inspiration, just good old-fashioned inspiration. So you have your, I think, D8 still, and you have normal D&D inspiration. So you know the difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, I think seeing that neither of us disappeared, she'll pull her back into the ring. And then in case we need to do something else later, she'll go up on one of these higher platforms and just hold there.
Perfect. Yeah, and you can move around your stuff too to do that. Okay, so do you put Spitfire away, or
Yeah.
they kind of just okay? Yeah, and the crowd like cheers and is like, yeah. Obviously, there's no actual hands, but it sounds like clapping and cheering and applause. Cool. So Spitfire is gone. All right. So yeah, Willow's teed you up all well and got inspiration from the crowd as the crowd is going nuts.
I'm like sneak his head down. He's like, oh my Lord. I am not a performer. I don't know what to do. I just like backpack off of you? No, fine. Okay, I'll try to figure out something. So okay. I think I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a performer. I wasn't expecting this.
Them's the breaks in showbiz.
Might I remind you, you have a grappling hook? Maybe you could do something with that.
Okay, what I'll try to do is I'll like reluctantly crawl up this ladder to get to this like little crosswalk right here, and I'm gonna think I'm active. I think like I'm gonna try to do this like crosswalk.
tightrope?
Yeah, the tightrope, but
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to cross and then go to this area.
Oh, okay. So you're
And
gonna like
then
go midway through and then jump down to the lower one. Okay,
and
to get
then
over there.
I'm gonna try to go through this hoop with my grappling hook.
Okay, okay, okay. So this is what we'll do. Let's do good old-fashioned acrobatics to start out.
Okay. 19.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Sneak, you you make it up this first ladder. I don't know if you want to move your character around, but basically you hop around to this middle part and you make it there. Since this is a pretty tricky thing, I'm actually gonna ask you to do another acrobatics check. So
Okay.
you perfectly, how does this look actually? The first part is great. You make it up and you do your thing.
The whole time I'm like, this stupid fucking thing. God, like, like this is like pretty subconscious to me, like I'm used to like hitting treetop to treetop, running on vines or small
True.
branches, so I'm like, all right, let's just get this over with. And then like I hear like maybe some people like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, like, maybe I am a performer. Like, hey, okay, cool, all right.
Okay,
So,
cool. Yeah, so Sneak's kind of feeling it a little bit from the audience. Yeah, the audience is definitely like, and they're like almost like a collective holding in because you're still not quite done with what you're trying to
right,
do.
right. So I'll do another acrobatics.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. So this is what happens. You make it. You make it to the other one and you fall, but it's a little less gracious. I actually want to think that you kind of don't make it with your feet at all. You have to like kind of grab on. So you fall down and grab with your freaking hands, with both of your hands, and you're kind of like dangling around a little bit. And the audience is definitely like, ah! As you're right now, Sneak, you're about 100 feet up, I would say. You're about 100 feet up. So falling would hurt. So maybe little Sneak's heart is racing a little bit.
Like, oh shit.
Let's do an athletics check actually to get you back up. And then
Yeah, got a little
we'll
too cocky.
we'll see where this goes. Okay, so you kind of do a lift up and you're still hanging on, but you don't make it up. So what is Sneak gonna do now? You can do anything. Now you're just still dangling as your arms are starting to feel a little tense. This is awesome.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I maybe just like try to use the grappling hook to just go through the hoop?
What's the range that I gave you? I think it's only 50.
50.
You're still 100 feet away from it actually, so it's not quite
Could I
the
use the
range.
grappling hook to just get to my area?
Yeah, this platform definitely. So go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay,
And it's just dexterity basically. It's just a dexterity hit.
dexterity. Hold on.
Okay,
21.
so you're not proficient, so I'm gonna take away. Oh wait, no, that's okay. That doesn't have your proficiency.
It has
That's
+2.
that's just your modifier. Yeah, so you're good. That's not your proficiency. Okay, yeah, you hit, and it immediately pulls you, it repels you toward it as the audience is like, whoa, and they're freaking out, like they're not used to this kind of twist with the performance, and you make it there. You're on this platform, and now I'll say you're about 50. It's still pretty high up, actually. How do I want to do this? Because I was imagining this ring 200 feet up. You're 100 feet. This platform, yeah,
We'll say 75.
You might need a hand. You might need a hand if you're gonna make it to the ring, or you might need to do something. I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
Could I do like a jump and a barrel roll to land on that target
Oh shit.
instead of grappling through it? Is it like close enough to? Oh yeah, I could probably reach that, right?
You can do it, Sneak.
You know what, Sneak? It's within range. It's within your claw shot. I'll give it to you since you made it this far up. So you can. What are you trying to do? Do you want to do the ring, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I want to try to jump through the ring, do like a front flip, and then land in the middle of the
So your
target.
claw shot, kind of the middle of the ring, to propel yourself toward it, and then like kind of flip through it, and then try and land on the target.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. Let's do acrobatics and performance.
Okay,
Do both
so
of those checks, and then let's see what happens.
here's acrobatics and performance.
Wait,
Okay.
remember the power of the D8.
You do have a D8.
Okay, so a D8.
You might want to add it to the acrobatic.
Okay, let me get my roller in here. Just one D8, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Sweet.
great. So that's 15 now. So 15 acro. Perfect. That's almost exactly what you needed.
Thank you for
It
reminding
is what
me.
you need. It's more than what you needed. Oh, hell yeah. Oh my God. Okay, how does this look? And you do whatever you were thinking performance-wise, you do basically perfectly to your abilities. So what does this look like, Sneak?
Okay, so like after that whole like thing kind of happened, I get like a little scared and I was like, okay, well, I don't like my grappling hook just had to save me. I don't know if I can rely on that again. I just have to go with what I know, and I know how to go through a hoop and just like land. So I'm like, all right, and I just jump through the hoop. I do like a double spin, and
Do you
then
like
like maybe
turtle as you're heading down? Like turtle
yeah.
into the barrel?
Yeah, and then maybe at one point, like there's like a point where I'm like, oh, and I do like the layout where I'm like, and then like
Nice.
I land perfectly, and then I'm like, what's that?
And as you land, it's very bouncy. It's like it's actually, it feels safe. It's like a nice cushiony landing there. So it negated any fall damage you would have had as you land perfectly. I kind of imagine like what you said, but if you remember Patrick, like in the Olympics or whatever, like where he's like, because you told me to, I kind of imagine that kind of like almost pole vault and landing hilariously as the crowd's going nuts. And yeah,
Yes, Sneak.
the
Yes. Get
crowd
that
is
dismount.
yeah, the crowd is going crazy, and you're actually gonna get inspiration sneak, so just like Willow, but you're also gonna get a new D6 inspo, just like Melodia's, but a little weaker. So you have both of those now, sneak, after that. As the crowd is going nuts, their little energy balls are hitting the sky and then they float to you, sneak, and you just feel totally energized. You still have those temporary hit points. Awesome. So you land perfectly there. What else do we got? And the crowd is like totally distracted on sneak right now. They're just like eating it up. They just can't believe it. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
That
I
was
Sneak's
that
gonna
worked out really well.
it did work out well, yeah. Sneak's gonna like just kind of like lay down on the tramp and be like, holy shit, that worked. And then like that's it.
Well, it seems like it's showtime, Melodia sort of says. And I actually just sent
Oh,
you a song.
okay.
Your text messages, I guess.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's a YouTube link. I could drop it in the
Yeah, maybe
chat.
send it somewhere here, and then I could more easily share it. So you want me to play this baby?
Basically, Melodia's gonna run into the center of the stage and she's gonna give it up for Sneak. So kind of get, round the applause. And then she's gonna be like, we're gonna slow things down here for a second. And she's gonna start to perform
Okay, let me see. I
and
think.
start to pluck some banjo strings.
Oh shit, sorry, Colton. Could I ask you to stop screen sharing just for a moment, just for this little jingle? Thank you, friend. Okay, and then I think this will work. It might be pretty loud, so it might not play the. Banger.
Actually, yeah, so I am going to use enthralling performance
Okay.
because I would say that was probably a minute.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, and I think your weird magical thing, what I made you do the performance for, was I think you were drawing in from Melvin's voice because it was kind of a duet. Like Melvin kind of came out of Melodia, and it was maybe a weird thing. I don't know if you want to describe that, or if you're on board with that. You don't have to be on board with that, Errol, but that's kind of
no, I
because
was
it's a
thinking the
duet.
same thing.
Okay. Yeah, it might look a little weird, especially to the friends. I don't know. It just Melvin's voice coming out of Melodia. This is probably the first time that happens. So Melodia kind of mimicking him well, or I don't know, drawing from his actual voice. It's hard to tell, but the crowd is amazed by that aspect of it, of this performance. And then yeah, the singing obviously, and the musical performance itself is wonderful, and the crowd is smitten. Go ahead, Melodia. What happens with enthralling performance?
So it's just an attempt to diffuse a performance with seductive fey magic.
So I will jump in real quick. None of these are humanoids.
Okay.
None of these are humanoids. So you can try it on your friends.
No, I don't need to charm them, but we can just say it's an aura.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. So I read that and I was like, you know what? Yeah.
If it doesn't work, now she knows that these aren't
Right.
humans.
Yes. Yeah. So these are definite. Now Melodia 1000% knows these are not humanoid. Yeah. That's weird that it's very specific with that, but I guess that makes sense.
Does it count for once human or once humanoid? And were they once human or once humanoid?
Can
Yeah,
I,
I don't think so, because then it would work on like skeletons, and I don't know if I would allow that, to be honest.
And
We
then-
can talk. We can talk if you
can I
want,
see
Errol.
if Melodia notices if organ player, who I assume must have maybe quieted down for a second.
Organ player has returned to their platform, actually. So they're back up, way high up in this platform. Organ is back. The crowd is cheering, and everyone is having a great time. And then the organ player is like, wow, what a great show! This weird, like, echoey voice that's coming into all of your heads. A round of applause once again for the and just static, just nothing, as they're maybe talking about you all. But folks, we're not finished yet. We can't end without a grand finale. And then you kind of hear him like play again the little something like that along the something on the organ. And the folks, the audience, are like, oh, what's gonna happen? And I'm sure you all are also not 100% sure what's happening, as suddenly actually everyone do a perception check. It's been a perception check kind of night. Let's do it. Let's keep the vibes going. It's a dice chucking game. Uh-oh. None of you noticed this.
I think I'm going to use my inspiration action.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Probably shouldn't have done that. Not for this.
Okay, cool. That's great. So you hear, it almost sounds like this person was trying to whisper so that you guys wouldn't hear this, that still emanates in your head. So Sneak and Willow, it's like you guys barely heard anything. It was just like a murmur. You couldn't catch it with the chaos of everything and the crowd cheering and the music. You didn't catch it. But you hear this Melodia, this whisper in your head of the same shadowy figure, you think. And it says, Derry, if you would be so kind. And then Melodia, you notice from behind the entranceway, the sack head starts walking in, moving its head back and forth, and then it starts to kind of like shake around its head, and it still has that smile, and it has the accordion, and it's kind of playing a little jingle, and it's still just shaking its head violently. It starts to get violent and more violent until you, Melodia, see the painted smile on the face of this thing. And if you guys are clown phobic, maybe look away. The painted face turns into this. As it gets this horrifying features coming out. Its mouth is fully open now as it's playing this strange, distorted accordion song, what's the word I'm looking for? Cacophonous sound coming out of it. And suddenly all the lights in the tent go off and you all can't see anything except for the orbs. The orbed audience members are still there, and they're like, oh, and they're still there. They're kind of providing a little bit of light, but everything else is purely dark. As suddenly you all hear this from Roll20. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Filling the space. This odd chanting coming out with the organ playing in the background, these organ chords, when suddenly everything shifts. And give me 1 second as I shift things around for you all. But yeah, what are your characters doing? Are they thinking anything? Yeah, I mean, with dark vision, you guys do notice, especially you, Melodia, with dark vision. Yep, exactly. I didn't forget about the dark vision. But you guys still rolled poorly except for Melodia. So I'm actually going to say that Melodia, you notice the rope with the ring that Sneak went through starts to go back up. It starts to go up. And then suddenly you hear, every one of you hears, we welcome our volunteer from the audience. Everyone give a round of applause for Mr. Illustrious Boutte! As Melodia, you see Illustrious stripped to this ring. It looks like he doesn't have a shirt, actually. He doesn't have his shirt. And suddenly, he's like kind of tied with his arms in the middle of the ring. Suddenly, the ring turns into dark green flames, and the flames start to trickle at the top of the rope that's holding it. And the ring is even higher than when Sneak, it's even higher than when Sneak went up. It looks like it's about 250 feet up, maybe 300. It's even higher. And the entire arena changes to this dark green as flames surround the entire surroundings around you. And it seems like there's no way to access the audience unless you brave a bunch of flames. And I spawned you guys back, I think, or I almost did, back where you were. I missed that. So you guys can readjust yourselves. But the arena has changed as our good friend Illustrious Boutte, shirtless, is hanging. Can you guys see him? So imagine him. He's Illustrious, is about 250-ish feet above you all. And I'd say maybe Melodia, you point this out to your friends, and Illustrious is screaming. He's like, oh! And then the ringleader, the shadow figure, says, a round of applause again for our volunteer for our grand finale, our great new circus troupe, will save this volunteer from falling to death. They will stop them from the flames reaching the top of the rope, destroying the whole rope, bringing them to their death. And Sneak, you actually noticed that the target that you were on has hardened. It's gotten totally hard now. It's no longer soft. So anyone that falls on it is gonna get hurt. So the target is fully solid again. And that's it. That's the setup. You guys are in this new circus tent environment as this weird ritual changed everything. The music has changed. Yeah, what do you guys do? I do have a timer for Sir Illustrious, just so you all know. So basically, there's a flame. These green flames are going to slowly crawl up the rope. Once it reaches the top, it's going to burn the whole rope, and he's going to fall down, probably to a splatting death.
The room looks different, right?
The room is
Okay.
what you see now. Yeah, do you guys see the dark green room now? The dark green version? Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
no,
flame,
I was just
there's
being
flames
like,
all around.
oh,
These flames are about 10 feet tall, I would say, actually. These flames are 10 feet tall all around you now.
could I just like, can I see him clearly, or does he get interrupted by the flames?
Yeah, I mean, from your angle, actually, good question. You do kind of see the flames where his feet would be. He's kind of like X. He's like an X, like tied to it in the middle of the ring, is what I'm imagining. So kind of like fucking, I don't know, Clash of the Titans. You know, you're feeding someone to Kraken, kind of like that kind of pose. That's kind of what I'm imagining. So yeah, from your angle, the ring flames, where his feet would be, his feet are kind of covered. You just see. What's really clear about him is his long white hair, kind of glistening in this dark, or in these bright greenish flames.
Okay. Can I maybe like scoot to the furthest edge of the target of where I'm at, like just right over it, just like right here, and like stay on
Yeah,
it? And
yeah.
then could I just try to like shoot him with my little pole thingy and just like try to grab him to me?
50 feet, man. He is
He's
over
too high,
two.
250 feet. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Okay.
50 feet range on that.
Shit. Okay. It's pretty high. I don't know how long I can grab him.
Also,
Pyrotechnics.
yeah, just so you know, with the claw, it does technically hurt people if it latches onto them. It's like an actual, like, it would stab into them. You could save someone
I
with it,
can get the
but
motherfucker down.
yeah, you could potentially save someone with it, but you will hurt them. But if you save their life, then yeah, it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
But just so you know, I want to be clear, it is an attack if you launch it at someone.
Okay.
I have a
Unless
plan to get him down if we can get him off of the ring. That is all that I have.
What if we shoot the ring down? Can I shoot the ring down?
you could try, but then he'd go flying down at you all at pretty breakneck speeds, and Illustrious is an old man. He would probably die if there isn't a way to save him.
I mean, would he though? He's in a metal spring. Like he's in a metal thing. He's like, is that like I don't know math or like how like gravity or like
Do an
physics
investigation
work.
check. Do an investigation check.
All right, give me a second. Even I can shoot him down. Shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're unsure, as Sneak, you're unsure if like shooting him down would like make the ring like bounce and then like slap down and his face just fucking becomes mush, or if it would spin around. You're not sure how the physics there would work.
Okay.
Neek, you're the craftiest and nimblest of us all. Try and cut him down.
Okay, this might be another idea. What if Willow could throw me? She's already like at the highest. She's at a high point, right?
Yeah.
Well, could she
I
like?
I don't think she can throw you almost 300 feet vertically into the air.
It would
She's
be
pretty
quite,
strong, right? And I'm pretty little.
it'd be quite the throw.
I mean,
DC check is like 40.
yeah. I mean, I'm running out of ideas. I'm trying to. I don't know, dude.
Melodia sort of impresses. Maybe you should try and do your little thief thing again. Cut him down. If Willow says that if we can get him down,
Specifically, cut him out of the ring. Do not cut the ring down. I don't know
How
that I can get all of that.
how do I get to the ring? That's the problem. It's 250 feet up in the air, dude. How do I get there?
Shoot at the ropes.
I
Just don't hit
climb?
him.
How? So I go up to the top ring and it's 100 feet. How do I get another 150 feet up into the ground? I mean, in the air, dude. I don't know, dude.
let him down.
How are we doing on those pounds?
Yeah, Melodia is just gonna be like, "How? Let him down."
Please, dude, please let my friend down.
I like what Melodia's doing, so I won't ask you, Melodia, to do this. But Willow, do an investigation check.
Oh,
I don't know if I've ever asked Willow to do that. Oh Lord. Willow, you are totally unsure. You're like dropping him might just kill him, but also maybe it'll work. You're totally unsure with how that plan would work out. You don't know if the ring would fall. You don't know if the ring is strong enough that if it falls, it just breaks, shatters, and he smacks to the ground. Yeah.
Can I take that second roll and use that as my inspiration? Does a 15 get me better?
Okay. With a 15,
an inspired 15.
yeah, an inspired 15. So from the energy of the audience and your performance and your friends' performances, you look at that ring and you think there could be something there, but there has to be a way to cushion the fall because you're not sure you're strong enough. You're pretty sure you're not strong enough to catch him. It'd have to be the most perfect catch, or else he's collapsing straight into you, and it's still a very painful. It's going to be painful for you, and maybe still kill Ilastrius, break his neck or break his back or something. So you think it's definitely possible to release him with skillful shots, and it looks like maybe that rope is breakable. It is burning, but yeah, you're like, shit, something's got to cushion the fall, and you're not 100% sure that your strength can do it. You also have wings, so that's something you remember you have.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, Melodia's gonna turn to Sneak. In the bag of holding, do we have any cloth? Any bedrolls? Do we have... She has a box of costumes.
Okay.
Am I gonna mend these together to make a...
I can check out the bag of holding too.
What about the decanter of endless water?
That's a thing. There is a pool already there.
Pool movable.
You can check.
Yes.
Oh wait, no. This version, the pool has disintegrated. It's gone.
Ah, shit.
What if we give him the immovable rod, tell him to hold it there, try to knock down the ring, or like knock down the ring, give him the immovable rod, and then try to have him get out, and then use the immovable rod just at a certain time. You can extend or something. I don't know.
No, I like where you're going with that. Maybe because, honestly, let's face it, he's an old man. I don't know what his grip strength is. Maybe we could click it like close to the top of the hoop so that if it falls before we have time to get him out, it still catches and gives us a little more time.
Or at a diagonal, so maybe it can catch an angle and the fire can slide down and he can just like hold there at an angle.
So you guys are thinking of getting the movable rod a little higher below it and trying to get the ring to loop onto it to get him lower? Is that what I'm hearing?
He's gonna drop and grab the immovable rod.
The ring, or you want him to grab it?
He needs to grab the immovable rod.
Oh, okay. Willow, you are certain that he probably doesn't have the strength to catch himself like that.
Yeah.
But Willow, you do think it's possible to maybe catch the ring itself?
Yeah. Willow's thought was putting it towards the top of the ring, but just below the top of the ring so it wouldn't fall that far.
Yeah.
And then the ring is stable until we can get him safely out.
The immovable rod is like a finger, basically, going to the ring. Is that what you're saying?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda? Okay.
Okay, that's a good idea.
All right, how are you guys going to do it?
Okay, so since I'm closer, do you think I can throw the immovable rod at a good time, or do you think you have a better shot at the angle you're at, Willow? Or even you,
It has to be
Melvin?
activated. We can't just throw it. I would probably have to...
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to throw it. I mean, you could throw it, but then it's just a rod. You would, unless someone's able to press it mid-throw.
You can throw it at the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as we're yelling this to each other, Willow is just going to bamf the wings out, make sure they're there, and then dive over to wherever Sneak is at the moment.
Okay, sorry, I missed that. So what's going on?
Willow, I think, is flying to where I'm at.
Yes.
Okay, so you kind of levitate down, going to our friend Sneak. Would we want to take a 10-minute break soon as you guys sit on this? Would that help? Okay,
Yeah.
because I think the situation is set. Lyx is still gone, and Illustrious, our friend, is dangling way up high as the audience looks in they're doing like a gasp in fear. It looks like the audience is on your side. You guys have won the orbs over, and the flames are high, and the flames trickle up and up slowly but surely. So yeah, we'll get back at 8:40. Oh no, wait. Holy shit. Okay. We play until 9:30 your guys' time. God damn. Okay. You guys are troopers. All right, I'll see you then at the 40 of your time.
Melodia starts to get an idea. I guess we're gonna try and make a tarp. So she's gonna rummage through the bag and get a bedroll. If anybody has a bedroll they would like to contribute to this pile of clothes, she's gonna look at Sneak and be like, "Sneak, take off your clothes, except for the one you can keep your grandma's special robe thing."
I'll do that. I know we have.
So you guys
from dead people.
you guys are in odd places. Where are you guys on the map? Because for me, it looks like you guys are yelling at each other. So how's this working?
I think we'd be yelling at it.
I guess you could use your walkie-talkies, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I am going to use my set the walkie-talkie, and I am going to Sneak. Have an idea?
What is it?
I think we should try and mend all our clothes together and make a tarp.
Okay, I have some wigs from some dead people we can use, and I think I have some string at some point, maybe. Let me check.
Did you send mending, Melodia, while you do this? But sorry, keep going.
I don't know. I can't think of anything else to do.
That's a good idea. I do have string, wigs, and then my clothes. I have more hempen rope, and then normal rope, and then I don't know what else. That's it.
I guess we'll just make it work.
Yeah, I'll give that up.
Melodia, I think this actually might take you 30 minutes to an hour, unfortunately, just reading the spell.
While they're going back and forth, I have already gone up to Sneak and requested the immovable rod from the bag. Do I get it?
Sure.
Okay.
As long as Sneak is okay. Yep.
Because I don't know how long this is going to last. So I take the rod, I go up to basically the hoop is like this. I fly up to the very top, put the hoop here, click it. And
so as you fly up.
Oh my God, she's doing it.
Yeah, as you fly up about 20-ish feet, you hear "No cheating, little ASMR." And then suddenly you feel this, everyone feels this vibration throughout the tent, like a boom, and your flight stops. You still have your wings out, your wings are still there as you fall to the ground, and you actually take 3 damage falling onto the ground.
Cheating nothing, dude. There's no rules. I didn't hear any rules.
And the crowd is like, and they can't believe it.
Feeling very pissed off at this point.
And this person did say ASMR as well, very noticeably to you, Willow.
Okay. Being very pissed off by all of that, she's going to call up to him. So I can't fly, but you can have a volunteer that definitely didn't volunteer.
And then Illustrious is like, yeah! Just static's coming out of his mouth as he's trying to talk.
Can you still use the immovable rod even from the ground? Can you just hit it up and then just see if you can aim it through the rod?
So unfortunately, the way the rod works is even if I could throw it very well, I have to click it. Somebody has to physically click it.
Right. Can you click it and then can you aim and shoot up through the tower?
The second you click it, it stops. And then she's not strong enough to move it then. You know what I'm saying? So the second she clicks it, and I can only
go up 25 feet and then I stop, so I can't get it anywhere near where it would help him.
Okay, I didn't know if it was extendo rod and it just kept going until.
Use your dexterity to fucking it's still 100 more feet.
Yeah, it's still 150 more feet. I don't know what I could really do. I could shoot it.
Am I going to cast augury?
Melodia, do a perception check. Just Melodia.
I could shoot at each of his, his right hand, his left hand, his right foot, his left foot, and then see if we can just catch him.
It was an 11.
Okay. Melodia Mirage, can you do a dexterity saving throw?
I can. Do I think I'm gonna do well? That remains to be seen.
And actually, do one more. It's at disadvantage. Yeah. So, as you all are talking, I'm guessing on the walkie-talkies, trying to figure out a way to save our good friend Alastrius. Melodia, you don't quite notice something is heading toward you as it gets closer slowly.
Oh no.
And slowly, and it has entered your space, and you are inside it now.
Inside what?
All of a sudden, hear this jelly, ectoplasmic, gooey, just this sound, but it's too late for you to react. As suddenly, you can't talk. You're trying to talk, and you're just, as something that was once transparent, you are now floating inside of it. This giant blob-like gelatinous being. And let me share real quick. It looks like this. It's about, for the D&D nerds, it's kind of like a gelatinous cube, but it's my little twist on it. This thing has started to materialize as it's getting you. And Melodia, you immediately take 5 acid damage as it starts to disintegrate you, and I need you all to roll for initiative. And I'll roll for initiative for this creature. Okay, it rolled poorly. As our friend Melodia is in not a great ball. Oh shit, we got a natural 20 sneak. Okay, Willow, you got 14. Melvin 7. I gotta remember to clean up the last fucking thingy. Yep, so we are rolling for initiative. And this giant blob thing is here. Oh my god, this thing is slow as all hell. It is definitely at the last thing. It got a good old-fashioned 1, folks. Not even, but it wasn't even a natural 1. It was like with its modifier and stuff. Not to spoil too much, it just brought it back to straight 1. As suddenly it just goes, just making weird, these odd noises forming around you. Melodia, I don't know if you took your damage already, but you take 5 damage from its surprise attack on you all. But then we're going to start with Sneak as you all realize that you hear Melodia's murmurings, I think, from the walkie-talkie still, just like, like you're in Jello, like Melodia is inside of Jello itself, and you feel the acid start to creep on you, and this is not, it's a bad time. And just to show you all real quick what this thing looks like, Colton, I'm gonna have to stop you just for 2 seconds again. Here's a closer look up of it, and this thing actually looks like this. It looks like a drawing of a kid, and Melodia and others, every now and then you guys hear like children giggling coming out of this thing. Just like laughing and giggling, and just kids talking to each other from this weird being with one eyeball as it starts to show itself more. And it has these strange little spikes, and it looks like almost like this 2D drawing in this space. It's like totally like pure aha take on me, just breaking reality of this space. But you're somehow in it. You're somehow as if it's in this 3-dimensional space, and it's pure white for you as you're burning up Melodia. And out of character, out of session, I just wanted to say this is actually I asked my little nephew to draw me a D&D monster for you all to face. So this is my nephew Nahuel's monster that he threw at you all. And I was like, hell yeah, this is perfect. Hopefully he doesn't kill you all. So there it is, the giant blob, the circus blob. I don't know the name, but it's here. Yeah, Sneak, you're up. As you notice Melodia trying to scream. You can share again. Yeah, Sneak. Yeah.
Okay. I think internal panic is set in. I think like he's angry that he put on a performance only to be doomed yet again. He's panicking. He doesn't know what to do. Okay, Willow, what can you do? Can you get him while I try to get him down, or should I shoot the monster? Quick.
Yes, quick. It's gotta be rapid. 6 seconds of dialogue, basically.
I don't know what this is. I say you stay with Alastrius. I try to cut Melodia out.
Heard.
Deal?
Okay. Deal. Heard. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to make a shot to his right wrist rope to see if I can shoot it down.
Okay. Roll to hit, I guess.
Okay.
What's the range of your crossbow? It might be out of range from here.
I don't know if I was ever given a range.
It should have a range. Here, I'll double check. Okay. Wow. 320 is what I'm seeing.
Perfect.
You need to aim steady, though. It needs to be with both hands. So with 2 hands, you could do, I didn't know this. actually. With two hands, I'm reading 320. With one hand, it's 80 feet.
Okay, I'm doing both hands. I'm lining up my shot. Where's my
Just
little?
just roll to hit with the crossbow as normal.
Okay,
I got a number in my head to try to hit.
not good.
Yeah,
14.
that does not hit. As it flies by, and the Illustrious is like, "Hey, shit, watch out, Sneak!" As it kind of like flies by his hair. Anything else you do, Sneak? You still got bonus actions, you got movement.
I got a movement. Can I try to use my gauntlet to get up to this little area up here?
That's another action, so you can only do one action on your
Okay.
turn. Yeah, you already
Okay.
took an action to shoot.
Then I'll end my turn.
Okay, you don't want to move or anything, you're gonna stick around there?
I'm gonna just stick right there.
Okay, go ahead. Willow, you're next, and then we got Melodia.
All right, so sticking to what we said, Willow, I did measure it, and she can just barely get right up to the thing, is going to run up to it, and I don't know, I don't think she's encountered anything like this before, so she's just going to start trying to hack away, because she can still see Melodia, like,
Yeah,
her figure inside it. It's very clear that Melodia is inside whatever it is.
yeah.
She's just going to try to hack off pieces, not near her, but like on the sides and like around her, so maybe she can get out easier.
You do see Melodia. You do see them. Yeah, so your choice is either to try to go for them or hack at the thing like you're saying. I mean, you could do anything. You could try other things that I'm not thinking of. So you're just trying to hit the creature is what I'm hearing.
Would it be possible for me to try to pull her out then if I can see her?
You can try it. Yeah, you see them. You can definitely try.
Okay, what would I roll for that? Because that's not a...
Yeah.
I don't really...
Take your whole action. Go ahead and do a strength check.
Please, God.
That's enough. But as you go in, your hands start to burn and you take 10 damage. So you take 10 damage from the acid, but you're strong enough to fling Melodia out of there.
It wouldn't have hurt. It wouldn't help with that.
What?
Oh, sorry. Melodia was asking me about rage, and that doesn't help with acid.
No, not with acid. Yeah, not with acid. But you do save Melodia. Melodia's out.
And I'm sorry, you said 10 damage? 10 damage? You
do take 10 damage.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay. Anything else? The creature, like, as you do that, it's kind of like you hear echoes of a lot of children just kind of playing, coming out of it. And it's kind of like jittering around, looking very disturbing and odd. And its eyeball has like shifted from where Melodia was, and it's shifted actually looking at you all now. This big black painted blob.
Yeah, she can't really do anything else. Otherwise, she'd back up a little bit, but she's just going to stand there, and I guess if she possibly can try to pull Melodia a little bit further away from it. There's really not much else she can do.
Yeah, I could let you decide. You can put Melodia anywhere around you. That's all I'll give you with your pull out. So any square around you. Hopefully the squares are visible.
Yeah, I think we'll just stay where we're at.
Okay. Cool. Then we have Melodia. Then it's me, and then it's Mr. Sneak. All right, Melodia, your turn.
I know I'm thinking actions. Where actions?
The creature looks like it's looking dead at both of you.
So, like, wisdom saving throw. That's a wisdom saving throw. Incapacitated. It's concentration. I think I'm gonna try to keep running, get a little bit further away. My full movement speed, I think.
You will take an opportunity attack unless you're doing something.
Can't disengage.
You can disengage as an action.
I know I could. So I guess I'm gonna stand and cast.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a wisdom save, Cristian.
Oh shit. I got a 17. Oh, it barely saved. I rolled like a god. Let me just double check. Oh, and actually, so this is what happens. You do it, and it looks like it saves, but then it looks like the magic just goes over it, like nothing. And as Melodia, you're like, oh shit, I don't think I can charm this thing. You immediately are like, this isn't gonna work. Melodia immediately realizes you cannot charm creepy child blob thing, as it's like, just laughing is coming out of it. Kids laughing as if it was like a tickle.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna attack. I think she's gonna like square up because she tried to use a tuning sword. I guess, yeah. There's not much to do, really. Let's see, bonus action. This is why we should organize our things so we can click on bonus action and figure out what to do quickly. I guess I'm gonna use Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay, nice. Is that the like runaway thing? Is it a bonus or what is it?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
You want me to send it to chat?
Yeah, do it because it affects everyone.
Okay. Sorry, I had it in my document faster than I did.
No, you're good. So, but I think everyone can move their speed using their reaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sneak, you don't get those temporary hit points, Sneak, because temporary hit points do not stack, so you still have just your 10. Okay, sound good? So, Sneak, you still have your 10 from the audience, but yeah, Willow, you get 8 temporary hit points. And yeah, you basically guys can move away using the power of Melodia's influence and charm and magic without getting hit by opportunity attacks, basically. And you can go up to your movement speed, so go ahead and move yourself.
When in doubt, rearrange the field, I guess.
It's a really good spell. Super good. And it uses a bardic inspiration. Cool.
So,
What does this
so I
look like,
can move
Melodia?
myself?
Yeah, you can move yourself up to your movement speed. Yep.
It like Guitar Hero star power. She's gonna take the banjo and like, and then everybody like she hits a chord of like banjo magic, straight Appalachia, boot stomp and magic.
Okay, hell yes. So still using the banjo. Are you gonna move, Melodia? You able to do this? Or is it not for yourself?
I don't know that it's myself too. That would be cool. Hold on. I minimized my character sheet.
Double check that.
Hold on.
I'll try to make a call.
So filter by class, enthralling performance, bardic inspiration. Why don't I have
I'm gonna say no for now, actually. I'm gonna say no for now. So the homie's got it. Okay,
illustrious too?
60 feet, no. He's way out of that range. Okay, anything else for you?
No, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, this thing opens itself up, and you see a bunch of jelly as it starts to slide toward you again. Melodia, this time you can see it clearly, and I need you to make another dexterity saving throw. This time normal. Okay, you do it. You save. So now you just escaped getting engulfed by this being again. So you can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of this creature. And if you don't move, then you're going to get eaten. So
5 feet
either
back.
left or 5 feet back. Okay. As it moves forward, tried to eat you. And actually, its full movement speed is 15. So you get pushed quite a bit as you're like, ah, it's like shoving you basically. And you're just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And it's trying to engulf you again, this transparent being. And again, you just hear this weird little giggles and stuff coming out of it. And it looks like then you start to see these weird spikes kind of like start to form inside of it and like move around and swim around. And that's the end of its turn. All right, Sneak, it's your turn. And then we got Willow. Actually, Sneak, before you go, you all suddenly hear, what a show! What performers have put on for us! Let's up the ante, shall we, Derry? And then suddenly you hear the accordion play again as Derry starts to play music for this situation. Let's just do the old classic, my friend. And then the organ starts to slam. So basically, yeah, the scenes just changed a little. It's a little more dramatic. Music blasting as these people are trying to get the crowd hyped. Go ahead, Sneak.
Okay, so I thought I was going to move around, but I don't know. Is this area right there, is that like a platform or is that something up?
Here, down here on the bottom right.
Well, like this area, I guess.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's like a little platform. It's kind of dark in this version. Yeah, it's like a 5 foot tall platform, or maybe, yeah, five-ish feet, maybe 8 feet.
Maybe I'll just stay here. Okay, I think I'm going to stay in this area. I'm going to try again to shoot the right top corner to try to shoot him down.
Actually,
I just
agree.
want to try. I want to bring him down. I want to bring a homie down.
So, sorry, are you aiming for his arm chains or are you aiming for the whole rope?
Yeah, the full rope.
So the very top.
No, because I don't want to cut the ring down. I want to cut him through the ring. So I want to cut chains from his right arm. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and shoot then. Same thing as last time.
Okay.
As the crazy metal circus music amps up.
That's not enough, right? Can I use some of my inspiration?
You can, yeah, if you have any.
I have the D6 inspiration available.
Throw it.
Okay.
Throw that in there.
Give me a second here. 2? 16?
That is enough for the right arm.
Oh my god.
And his right arm's free and he's kind of dangling now, right? He's like, oh shit, well, what are you thinking of? What's the plan here? And that's it for Illustrious. I don't know, you want to yell anything back at him, Sneak?
Yeah, I do. I want to say the plan is I'm going to shoot you down and I'm going to catch you.
What? All right, that's your turn though. Willow, you're next.
Yeah, we're not thrilled about this plan either, but it's all we got. She doesn't really have any ranged things or anything, so I think she'll... What's the range of... 20... Okay, so it's not far enough. Yeah, I think she's just going to fly up maybe 20 feet since they kind of hit her at 25, so it doesn't go over the threshold, and kind of just be ready to try to catch whatever she can. So hold her reaction for if the poop and or Illustrious falls to try to, I guess, slow him down, make it non-lethal. We got Melodia to hopefully bring us back. We'll see.
Okay, so you're just gonna hold your action for Illustrious to cut down. He still needs 3 more parts of him to be cut down, just so you know.
Unless the top thing falls and then he's coming down anyway. Yeah, she just flew up 20 feet in the air.
Gotcha.
So she can, if she can't catch everything, she can at least slow it down and probably
Gotcha. I see what you're doing.
mitigate the damage.
Okay, yeah, and nothing happens this time with the magic, so it
Okay.
seems like you're okay where you're at. So that's what you're doing. You're flying up.
Yeah, flying up 20 feet, positioning as best I can to be around where Illustrious is in the poop. So no matter what way it spins, her main goal is to grab him and try to, minimize damage.
Okay, yeah. Right now the flame, I guess I haven't been describing it. It looks like it's about 1/5 of the way up. It still looks like quite a ways to go.
Okay.
1/6 even.
So it's lower?
Yeah, the
Than we
flame is
thought?
the flame is lower.
Shit. Willow, you good?
Anything else? All right. If that's it, then Melvin, you're up. Or Melodia, sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
I'm gonna use it against the blob.
Okay. So dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Jeez. 12.
Yeah.
Thing's not very dexterous. Giant blob. So what happens then?
So yeah, it's gonna be the dimension beam.
12 damage?
Yep, 12 damage.
Yeah,
12
it looks like
radiant.
you sear like a little hole through it, and it looks like kind of like jiggles, and it looks like it was hurt as the hole kind of slowly mends itself, but it still looks injured. It's still there. There's like a little hole there now from your dimension beam.
Perfect. So I'm gonna actually use my movement speed to back up.
Okay.
5, 10, 15.
That is an opportunity attack, yeah. So I'm gonna swing.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think an 18 hits.
Shit.
Yeah, and it like kind of lunges out from this like blob punch almost and like smacks you in the back. It just 4 damage actually.
Got it.
As it still burns your back a little bit like
I'm gonna move my full 30 back. Well, if I gave up 4 hit points to do it, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, guys, keep going. Melodia's gonna be like, I'll handle the blob. You guys save Illustrious, and I'm gonna end my turn.
All right, Blob's turn. Blob moves as it slowly almost sounds like a bouncy tent itself. And then suddenly those strange spikes that were rolling around inside of it, it kind of like sucks itself in. It like sucks itself in and looks really flat, like a 2D plane for a second. And then I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
You're kidding me.
Nice. So everyone but Willow saves. So Sneak and Melvin, you take 3 damage. Willow, you take 6. As it spits out a bunch of spikes everywhere, just all around it, just spitting your way.
So I went ahead and used my D8. Does making it a 12 save or does it make a difference?
Making it a 12 does save, actually.
Okay.
So you take 3 damage.
Got it.
Yep. Cool. And that is the blob's turn. It's a slow buddy. Sneak, your turn. As the blob is looking at all of you now, the eyeball and those weird spikes just keep spinning around inside of it. And now some of them are even kind of coming out on its sides, kind of like in the drawing itself.
Okay,
So-
2 questions.
Yeah.
So I used my temporary hit points. That would take the 3 damage. Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
Second question is, I was given Bardic Inspiration at one point, and then
Yep.
I did all the things,
Yep.
and then I was given Inspiration, and then I was given
Normal.
a +6 in.
Yeah.
So I still have a normal Inspiration available?
You have
to me?
normal inspiration where you could roll at advantage. Yeah.
I just wanted to double check that. Okay. Let me go ahead and try to shoot Illustrious's left hand chains out now.
Okay. Okay.
With all the precision and concentration that I fucking have within my body.
Oh,
Can I do-
Yeah, you have the
Okay.
inspiration. You can do it at
Okay,
advantage.
what is the normal inspiration?
You just roll again. It's at advantage.
Okay, roll again. Okay.
Yeah, that hits. That definitely hits. That definitely hits. Illustrious is like, wait, Snake, wait, as it slices through the left-hand rope. And now I'm going to do something for our friend Illustrious. Oh, God. He starts to fall forward, right? And his legs are still attached to the rope, but he grabs onto the one side of the ring with his right hand before he like flips upside down, right feet dangling downward. But he does take damage as his hand's burning. He's like, oh shit! And he takes a little bit of damage from holding on to the ring. Alrighty, Sneak, what else you got?
Motherfucker, you should have just dangled there. We'd pick you up, dude. We're trying, dude. I think after that, I'm literally just I'm ending my turn. Like I wanna like try to catch him under my body. I have some temporary hit points, but I do have a plan to like maybe try to shoot up and then jump and try to catch at one time while falling to help maybe at least I don't know. But like this is my thought process right now of where I'm at. So
Okay.
I'm done right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Willow, Venra, and then we got Melvin or Melodia.
So I
As
am
the
going.
music changes up again a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh
Will.
shit.
And it's Willow's turn, actually, right?
Oh,
So how far is Ilastrius up in the air now that he's basically dangling towards the bottom?
So he actually hasn't let go. He's still burning. He's like, "You want me to hang upside down?"
It's less to fall. You're not burning either.
Oh, lords. And he lets go, and now he's hanging, hands out, wailing upside down, his long hair just making a crazy scene as the audience is like, and they're all freaking out at this.
So about how high up is he now? Like I can't tell scale from like the hoop.
Maybe like 240, I'll say, instead of 250. It's just his height, so I'm being a little generous there.
I don't have anything with that kind of range or anything. Yeah, even my range stuff doesn't have that much. So I guess she'll just continue to hold, and I guess yell to Sneak, like, if you shoot him down, throw some stuff under me. Cause
Maybe can you move like directly under me and like lift me up to like or you maybe just even add extra support to Melodia. Like for the most part, this plan, even though it's not very good, at least we have one for catching homeboy, you know? So like if you can't do anything, at least maybe try to fucking knock down this fucking monster.
All right, Willow, what are you doing?
No, in that case, I will, I guess, stop doing what I'm doing, go back towards it, and just start hacking away again towards it being the blobby thing that we don't have a name for.
Roll to hit.
With the battle axe.
That hits. So roll damage.
Okay.
Oh, so
Okay.
you did you rage?
I did not. It automatically does that. I didn't call that, so.
It's fine. If you want to use your bonus action to rage before, it's okay.
Oh yeah, she's pissed. She'll rage.
Okay. Yeah.
So that'll be an 11, and I had just re-rolled because, again, once a round, I can re-roll to see if I get higher damage.
Sure. Oh yeah, right, with the 1 feet. Okay. Yeah, 11. So we'll take that 11 then, I think.
And then I have 2 attacks because we're level 5 now, so I'll go ahead and try to
go ahead.
10 hit?
That does actually hit.
Okay, wait.
Big old blob.
Okay, so that'll all
11
be
plus 10, 21 damage, right?
Yes.
As you just go to town, just grog style, and you're actually cutting away at it, and its giant pieces are falling to the sides and like kind of like falling around like jello, and its eyeballs looking right at you. Anything else, Willow? You actually hear like kids crying.
Oh, I'm gonna hate that.
It's like a bunch of them like echoing your way. Sorry, that's creepy.
I'm gonna stand there a little traumatized, and that's it.
And Sneak says, "Fuck those kids." All right, so Melvin, you're up. Melvin, and then we got Big Ol' Blob, and then we got Sneak.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move 30 feet.
And just so you all know, the ring looks like it's halfway through now. It's like halfway through, or the rope on the fire is like halfway through.
Can I cast pyrotechnics and try to put the wait, what's the range of pyrotechnic? 60 feet? Is it within 60 feet?
It looks like it, yeah.
I'm gonna try to extinguish the flames into smoke.
So it's just a 5-foot cube. That would be one portion of the flames.
Yeah, one portion of I'm gonna basically put out one portion of the flames with that spell.
Okay. And where are you gonna do it?
Top. Where was the part?
Are you able to draw on it? Are you able to just draw on a
Oh.
square or something? Just kind of pick a spot, put a shape, put whatever.
I'm gonna put the on the bottom left hand, like flame.
Okay.
Quarter of the flame. Draw a rectangle. I'm gonna draw it right here.
Uh-huh.
So that's where
Yep. So you gotta choose now. Is it a firework or a smoke?
Smoke.
Okay, so that area is now a 20-foot block of smokiness, and there is one opening of 5 feet there. I don't really see where you drew it though. I don't know if anyone else can see it. Oh, I see it. So near Lastrius. Okay, so you created a bunch of smoke there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a 20 block of smoke in that spot. Okay.
Yeah, and then I guess I'm gonna give bonus action Bardic Inspiration inspiration
Uh-huh.
to who's gonna try and catch Ilastrius?
So just so you know,
Or is this gonna like suffocate
it's gonna make
Ilastrius?
it harder to see Illustrious
Oh, okay. Can I change?
because this is heavily obscured smoke.
Okay, maybe I don't want to do that. I'm sorry, can I change?
Yes, I think so.
Sure. So I'm gonna use Dimension Beam on the
Okay,
blob.
do it. So I rolled dexterity save. Not that you can't open. I don't know if you're trying to get out of the fire ring. That could be an option. But yeah, I don't know if you want to put the smoke bomb right there, because
No.
then only your friends are gonna be like, "Fuck, we can't see."
Oh no.
This thing rolled a 13. Does that save? No, it does not. So roll to hit.
Did it roll?
Is it just one? Yeah, I got 9 damage. Is the first one I'll take.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything else for you, Melodia? And it, yep, same thing. Kind of shoots a hole through it. It looks like it gave it a good old hit.
No, that's gonna be it.
Cool. Willow, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. That fails. It moves your way. It goes 5, 10, 15, and totally engulfs Willow, Venra. Willow, Venra, you take 10 damage. Are you able to access yourself to do that? It's a little trickier for me to get to you now.
No, I got it.
You take 10 acid damage as this thing has totally just basically like wiggled its way onto you, and you're just getting devoured. You're getting devoured by this acid. It's burning and burning. You take 10 damage. You can no longer breathe and you're restrained. Alrighty, that's the monster's turn. Sneak, it's your turn. You see Willow engulfed and just whoa, whoa.
Fuck. Okay, Melodia, you gotta get homie out of the motherfucker, dude. They got you out. Okay, so I'm gonna try one more again to get the left foot out of the chain. I'm gonna use all my dexterity and all my fucking wit, dude. And I'm fucking bringing the Robin Hood in me, the dead shot, the goddamn whatever. All right, I'm bringing it. So let me
Roll
roll that.
to hit. And I think you're all out of inspiration this time.
Dude, I am, and my heart is pounding out of my goddamn chest, let me tell
Oh,
you.
shit. I'm feeling it too. Oh, shit. It hits. That hits. Nice. Oh, and Sneak, just so you see, the range is there actually. Do you see that 80 and then 320?
Oh,
It says
yeah.
it- yeah, right below your hit. So 80 is one-handed, 320 is two-handed. I actually didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
good to know.
The
Wow.
sweat is dripping off of my brow. I aim up and I just
Ah! And somehow Ma's training, your Ma, who is an expert with the crossbow, all her training, you growing up, just kicking in right now when you most need it, slashes the left foot's rope as Ilastrius is now just dangling on one fucking rope, right? Just his right leg. And he's kind of like, oh God, I really hope you guys have a plan to catch me.
I promise I will catch you. I will find a way to figure out how to catch you. You guys get it together. I'll end my turn.
Yeah, and then you all suddenly hear, "Ooh, what a shot, you Sneak!" And then the crowd is just cheering and going crazy. All right, Willow, it's your turn. So Willow, what you can do when you're inside of it, you can try to get the hell out by doing a strength check. Go ahead and make a strength check. This will take your whole action though. So you can do something else if you don't want to escape. Okay, you're trying to escape and you succeed. So you can choose where you want to be now. Any cube around the thing basically.
All right. I guess
And
I'll
this
try
is-
to go. I am going to position myself on the outside, but I'm also going to just go ahead and run towards where I'm trying to catch Ilastrius since we only have one more thing to do. So I know that'll take attack of opportunity on me.
Yep, you would take an opportunity attack. All right, I'm gonna swing at you. It misses.
Okay.
As you
So
like
she is-
swim out, I feel like you're kind of like swimming out of this thing, just using your strength as it's burning you, and you just kind of like roll out, and just it goes for you, and you somehow dodge, even like not really looking at it, looking pretty epic, and you make it to where you want to go. Okay.
Probably left some feathers behind, but after kind of shaking it off, wings back up, back 20 feet in the air to try to mitigate damage and holding there.
Okay, you're gonna hold there then. Okay, cool. Melvin, your turn, my friend. Or Melodia.
So
Okay.
I think
You want to reposition people again?
it's more for the bonus of wait, can Willow use her reaction to fly higher with movement?
Sure, sure.
Hold on, I don't know. I have to ask Holly if she's like cool with that. So I was thinking of using Mantle of Inspiration. It's gonna give us another chance. You'll get another 60 feet of movement. Or do you,
Oh, 60 feet?
Can't go any higher.
Is it her movement speed like 40?
you can only go 25 flight.
Sitting at 20, so they don't
Oh, there you go.
drop me again.
Okay. Never mind then. I guess I am going to, yeah, I'm going to use instead Healing Word.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it at 3rd level to heal 13 for
Okay,
Willow.
is that, oh, for Willow? Okay, cool.
And then I'm going to use Dimension Beam.
So healing word's a bonus?
Yeah, Healing Word is
Oh, okay,
bonus.
cool. Alrighty. So again, a dex save for me.
Mm-hmm.
I am sure I failed.
Okay, so 7 damage.
7 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else, my friend?
Nope. Bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna move back.
Okay. Again, I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw. Everybody.
I've really fucked up my screen.
All right, Sneak, you take 2 damage, Sneak. Melvin, you take 2 damage. Willow, you take 4 damage. As the spikes start going around in it and it kind of sucks itself in and shoots it all out and then starts lurking your way, moving toward the target now, near Ilastrius, near all of you. Alrighty, Sneak, it's your turn.
Okay, I guess the monster moves closer. Sneak's still laying on his back, just shooting chains to release his friend, or really more of acquaintance. Or he doesn't even remember his name, but he's trying to save him. So with this last dying shot, he is going to try to shoot this last chain off of basically trying to shoot that bottom right foot chain. So I'll go ahead and he's focusing, his eyes are closed. Oh, you don't get it.
And you miss.
He ain't got it.
And it flies by as the crowd, a collective gasp from the crowd. And you can tell the crowd is very worried about all of you and Ilastrius. Anything else, Sneak?
I would like to roll off the like little target and to hide underneath it.
It's on the ground. It's firmly on the ground. There's
Yeah, I
nothing
want to
underneath.
roll onto the ground and like try to just blend in with it. Can I hide? Like, is there a little bit of a ledge
You can
that I can
crouch.
hide between?
Yeah, you could crouch. Roll. I guess roll to hide. Yeah, sure. Roll for stealth. You could take a.
So,
You could use your bonus action since you're a rogue. Just roll for stealth. Let's see what happens.
no. It's 6.
You know what's funny, Sneak? You think you're hidden. You
I'm
are.
just like face down, like
Yeah,
laying on the ground.
you just like your friends see you miss, just fucking drop to the ground, and you're like, all right, I'm hidden.
I'm like face down, rolling on the ground, like they didn't see anything, they don't see me. Yeah, 100%. And then I have my turn.
Awesome. Willow, your turn, and then Melodia. And these might be your final turns, I think. Looks like we're gonna end on a cliffhanger, folks. Uh-oh.
Okay, so looking through, I don't have a range on it, but I do have javelins. Can I try to go for broke and try to hit it with a javelin?
Yeah, I think you could use your strength for that. You can use your whatever. I'm pretty sure javelins are they're kind of, you can use strength or, yeah, that hits. Roll damage. Oh shit, it's a good hit. Pierces it pretty well. Yeah, hits it hard. As it actually looks like it's kind of getting smaller and smaller, this blob. It looks like it's it looks like it's actually shrunk in size a little bit.
I was
Put it
trying
right
to
there.
shoot the rope, the last rope.
Oh shit, my bad. I missed that. Whoops.
Sorry.
Then our friend is still the same old size. Spoiler alert, I misheard. Let me give him back his health, their health, its health. You're going for the rope with the 19. That hits. And Ilastrius is free falling. Okay, he drops 10 feet each 6 seconds. So your turn, he's dropped 10 feet. All right, so he's not at you yet at all.
Grab him.
He's not at Willow at all. He's still
I was going to
several.
say I can't go any higher and he's not at me yet, so
No.
instead,
Fuck, I wish I would have stayed where I was.
it's okay, you got some time. Yeah, I think I'll hit the monster thing with Kiri Joel's Blessing since it is within 20 feet.
Oh, as your second attack?
Yes, because I can do it twice.
Sure, go ahead.
But I can't reach it, so it'll just be...
Actually, no, you could throw a javelin at it. I
Okay.
don't think you can change weapons like that.
That's fair. Okay, I'll do that again.
That hits. Damage. Oh my god, same damage. So now it shrinks. So I guess it's fine. Yeah, you slam into it and pieces of it are starting to fall apart as it's getting smaller, actually. Taking up, it's actually even smaller than that. It's about there. It's actually a little smaller than the target itself now.
Okay,
Alrighty.
I think that's all she can do. She'll just continue to kind of turn around and attack when she needs to, but mostly like trying to look up at Ilastrius and make sure she can catch him when he reaches her.
Cool. All right, Melvin, it's your turn as Ilastrius is screaming and falls down 10 more feet. Oh! Still not quite at Willow. Willow, you're about 20 feet above the ground?
Yeah, I'm 20 because at 25 is when they hit me, so I don't want to. I want to give myself a little buffer.
Okay.
Is your turn ended?
Yeah, Melvin, it's your turn.
Oh, so go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
24. That saves.
Okay, well, it still takes half damage, so
Okay.
yeah.
So, and you did how much damage? Is it 15?
Yeah,
So
and then
half
half
would
is my...
be 7.
Yeah, so then that's my action, bonus action. I think I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Willow.
Okay.
So that's my action, my bonus action. I guess I'm gonna run towards the blob and be like, hey, ugly, and move 20, like 5, 10, 15 feet.
Yeah, its eyeball starts to like kind of twitch and just look around all of it, and it's starting to look a little nervous and angry. And it's actually still mostly angry at Willow for escaping its thrall, for grabbing Melodia out of it, and for attacking it with fierce attacks. So it's going to move toward you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw again, Willow.
It's not tall enough.
Oh, yeah, it's not tall enough. You're flying.
Up in the air.
Okay, okay. Then Sneak, make a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck, dude.
But he's hidden.
No, he's not. He's not hidden.
I'm
He
not.
thinks he's hidden.
Sneak thought he was hidden, and he's like, shit! That actually saves. So Sneak, I need you to move 5 feet somewhere around the blob. Just pick a cube around it, basically. Actually, technically, sorry, my bad. I did that wrong because it kind of like bounces into you and you run away from it. So it would either be like any of these spots or here.
I don't want to do that. No,
Then you're gonna
that's
get.
fine.
Then you're gonna get Ian.
No,
Okay.
no, I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I just want to complain for a second.
No. Yeah. Okay. It is your turn though, Sneak.
Okay, so with
I think
everything
we'll do
seen-
one more turn. I'll give everyone one more turn.
Okay, so I want to immediately rush back to this. I would like to jump like I know my movement is 40 feet normally.
Okay.
Can I jump up as far as I can to try to catch Illustrious? Is this Illustrious? Is that the dude's name?
From the ground.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just try to jump up, grab him, and let him fall on me, and we'll call it good.
If you get a 10-foot running start.
Okay,
you
so-
could, what's your strength
My strength.
modifier? What's your strength modifier?
Let me check that real quick.
It's just
I have
whatever number.
I have zero. I have zero strength
So
modifier.
you Sneak Deling, you could with a 10-foot run, you could jump 3 feet up in the air.
Just 3 feet.
Just
Okay.
3 feet.
Well, then what if I
Just
clawed
still
him?
pretty big.
What if
It's
I
not
clawed
bad.
him? Yeah, what if I jumped the 3 feet, clawed him, sucked him to me, grabbed him, and then fell?
He's still over 100 feet, so not quite 50 feet range for your claw. Not yet.
What if I just standed directly under him, and when he got close to 3 feet, could I jump in?
You can, dude, but this is so just think of let's think of physics, people. He's falling from 300 feet full speed. You're jumping 3 feet in the air. He's fucking collapsing at you. So just imagine how that will work out.
I have 5 extra temporary hit points. I may be able to
Okay.
last it. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. That's what I'm kind of relying on.
I don't know if Illustrious will, but yeah.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm also worried about. I don't know how much life he has.
So sorry, what are you doing, Sneak?
I'm gonna try it. We're just gonna try to catch him. Dumb luck. Try to catch him.
Okay, he's not there yet though, so you can get ready to do that, I guess. You can ready.
What can I put, dude? I mean, can I lay down the
You ready your action.
unlimited wing? Like, I don't know what I can do.
You're kind of cutting out. I don't know if it's me.
No, it's probably me. Okay, I don't know what I can do. So what I'm gonna go do is so I'm gonna get in my bag of holding real quick. I'm gonna lay down the wigs from a dead person. I'm gonna lay down. That's literally all I have. A decanter of endless water. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna just lay under him and be prepared to catch the blow. I'll end my turn.
Okay, cool. You'll need to definitely move more toward the target. That's where he's falling if you want to be under him. So go ahead and do that. Kind of where Willow is. All right. Willow, you're next, and these will be the final turns, and then we'll stop once I go as the monster.
Okay, so did Sneak say any of the grappling stuff out loud?
I don't think so.
What do you mean
Okay.
grappling? Like try to grapple him?
I thought that's
You
what
know,
you were
Sneak
trying
has
to
a.
do.
He has the claw shot.
Yeah, but that hurts him too. So that's why I
Yeah,
said I'd
okay.
jump up 3 feet and I could try to grapple him, and like fall on me, but he's still 100 feet up. And I think my
Yeah,
grapple
so-
only shoots 60 or 50.
50, yeah.
So I think Willow's gonna look down at you because she's 20 foot up in the air and be like, "Safe place to land, please." I'm not at full health and I don't know how much he's got. Because, oh, wait, the blob's still in action. Yeah, I'll do that too. I think I have 4 javelins and I've only used 2 because I'm definitely not getting those back right now. Yeah, I've got 4. So,
Oh, that misses. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a natural 1 and a natural 20. What the fuck?
wait, why does it do that twice? I'm going to need to figure out.
It is a miss. I think a natural 1 is a miss,
Yeah,
even with the mod.
I guess I'll go for broke. Last javelin.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. All right.
Nice. And suddenly the creature screams out and wails, just doing this crazy. Now it doesn't sound like children or anything. It just sounds like a creature, a being. As it starts to turn and it starts to fall apart and become these giant, like bouncy, jello-y balls all over the space that seem harmless. And it kind of rolls around, honestly, probably this whole area filled with bouncy, cushiony, jello-y crap. I'm actually going to move it now to the map as the combat has ended, seemingly, and it splatters out. Illustrious is falling and falling. What do you guys do? He's like, ah! It looks like he's about to land toward you all.
I was going to say Willow's still going to try to catch him. Hopefully there's something under them to cushion the fall.
Also,
All right.
Snake is going to try to catch him. Hopefully, something will cushion them all.
So what I'll do is I'll give Willow an advantage strength check. Do an advantage strength check and a constitution check. So do the strength check at advantage, the constitution check normal. Technically you roll 2 dice on the way you do it. So technically that 10 is your best one. But I'll read it. I know what you're trying to do is the 10 and the 19. So I'll do that. But no. Oh yeah, no, the strength is 10. Never mind, the strength is 10. All right, Willow, you do take damage. With your rage, you take only 15 damage with what would have been way worse. As you absorb all of Illustrious, but bounce back, and then you fucking lift up again like a goddamn trampoline holding him. And she catches him. She does catch him, but she takes a whopping, she takes a good chunk of damage. If it wasn't for your rage, you would be in dire straits there. Illustrious is unconscious, but it looks like he's okay as the jello-y creature kind of broke the fall and the crowd erupts. Although they're a little concerned because Illustrious is like passed out onto Willow, and the shadowy being says, actually, all of you do a perception check one more time, one last thing, and this will be what we end on. Melodia, you notice, and let me see, Willow, you do not. Melodia and Sneak, you notice dark fog surrounding all of you. As Melodia, right next to you, is an incredibly tall being with a black top hat and furry black silhouette just standing above next to you. And they are holding a strange vial, a strange triangular flask, and they shove it into the jello, and this energy radiates out of it of all kinds of colors, and suddenly they grab what looks like a brush and they start slapping these colors, slapping them, and then twirling it into the vial, and they say, "Your payment, a taste of our reality." And we'll stop there as they give you a vial of some kind of impossible liquid, and we'll stop there.